Hello and welcome to National Weather Service Pocatello's weather hazard briefing for eastern Idaho for Friday, April 22nd. This is what you'll see today in this presentation. There's a spring storm. It's bringing low elevation rain and high elevation rain and snow to pretty much the entire area, at least at one point during the day. We are expecting windy conditions in the eastern Magic Valley and in the southern highlands, and that means winds of 20 to 30 miles an hour with higher gusts. There's a winter weather advisory in effect for eastern and the southern highlands. There's 3 to 10 inches of snowfall, generally above 6,500 feet elevation, but it does depend on which zone you do look at. This storm is a slow mover, which is why it's going to dump a lot of precipitation, and it lingers over the East Highlands not only on Saturday, but even until Sunday afternoon. We'll still be getting showers from this storm. The snowfall, though, for Saturday, only a half to 1.5 inches, so its punch is considerably moved to the east, so it is considerably weaker in terms of the weekend. And we are looking for blusterly west to northwest wind for Saturday. And then the next potentially significant storm doesn't arrive until Thursday. This is a satellite image of the current weather situation. You can see this massive low extending all the way from Idaho down into even California, even southern California and southern Nevada. And that is spreading all sorts of moisture here. The good thing about it being that big is that we have a lot of south wind ahead of it, which warm temperatures considerably. But as that moves to the east, we're starting to get north and northwest wind, and that will happen later today. So we are still looking at, with that cold air moving in, that does generate thunderstorms. You can see there's quite a few places now that have at least a slight chance risk of thunderstorms, which is just labeled here thunderstorms. You can see the southeast highlands, the eastern highlands, the South Hills, Magic Valley, Snake River Plain, all are at risk. You see the rain is likely mostly for the Magic Valley and the Snake River Plain, the southern hills, the southeast highlands, eastern highlands, Lost River area, and then Lemhi County, and then for the Wood River and Sawtooth, the furthest western zones, it's just a chance of snow today. And you can see, again, the snow above that certain elevation means it's likely to be all snow above that elevation. Below that, there is stuff happening, and it's probably rain with a little bit of snow potentially mixed in, especially as we get into the evening, if thunderstorms or if precipitation is still going on. And then for Saturday, the chances start to weaken. You can see the Snake Plain just has a slight chance, and there's no chance in the Magic Valley for any sort of precipitation on Saturday. So that's considerably less. Slight chance just in the South Hills. And you can see the most likely place is the Southeast Highlands. It's still snow likely, still above 5,500 feet, so the snow level does come down. Just a chance of snow in the Eastern Highlands, and then for the Sawtooth area as well. And then everywhere else, it's just a slight chance of snow or rain and snow, and that is mostly in the afternoon, you can see, and that's mostly instability showers as the sunshine aloft starts to warm the surface. So it's just like afternoon thunderstorms would be in the summer. And then on Sunday, just in the afternoon, so from noon till about 6 p.m., there is a chance for some convective buildups in basically all of our mountain zones or highland zones, with the exception of the South Hills, where should be pretty rain-free. And then another break on Monday, just some breezes, and then the next chance for just a slight chance of rain and snow is on Tuesday afternoon in the central Idaho mountains as a trough tries to move in, but actually will go pretty much north of that area and just affect the central Idaho mountains, and we won't see anything in any of the other portions of the Idaho-Montana border. So let's look at this is the current watches and warnings we have. You can see here the brown shaded areas. That is actually put out by the Weather Forecast Office in Boise. That is a wind advisory. That's how strong the winds are there. And the only place where we have sort of windy conditions is in the eastern Magic Valley, where it falls off about 5 miles an hour compared to what the western Magic Valley and the Treasure Valley have. And then the violet colors indicate where our winter weather advisory is, and that's for, again, the snow of about 3 to 10 inches. And you can see it basically as a ring from Lemhi County over into the Yellowstone area, and then south down to the Utah border, and then over to the Jackpot area, all the highlands there. All right, so this is the weather depiction for today. You can see the lows trying to move out, but it's very slow moving. And so we have mixed precipitation, once again, the blue shading. So let's watch how that evolves. Here is what fell between midnight and 6 a.m. this morning. You could see the heaviest snow is down here south of Burley, but some pretty good, 1 to 3 inches, some light snow across our border with Montana and into the eastern portions of the central Idaho mountains, and also in the hills above, or the highlands above Pocatello, Blackfoot, Idaho Falls, also getting some light snow. For the morning hours, you can see it sort of intensifies between Blackfoot and Burley in those highland areas. Steady snow continues along the Montana border. And then in the afternoon, it tapers off a little, just because we are going to warm a little bit in those mountains, and so the snow is a little bit less, especially at lower elevations where it might change over to rain. But you can see the further north you go, it's just nice steady snow all this time. And then for the evening hours until midnight, so 6 p.m. to midnight, you can see it's definitely shutting down with a half inch or less, really, for the central Idaho mountains. And there's just a few areas of light snow, basically in the highlands from sort of Rexburg's latitude all the way south down to the Utah border. And that's where it's going to linger. You can see 6 a.m., so midnight to 6 a.m. Saturday morning. It's still sort of developing some light snow down here in what we call the southeast highlands. And this is the total snow for that 24-hour period. And you can see why wherever you have 6 inches or more, that's where the winter weather advisory is most valid. You can see it's fairly high elevation, but it is a ring basically around the Snake River Plain and the south portion of the highlands south of the eastern Magic Valley is where the focus is, and that's why there is nothing out for most of Custer County and Blaine County. The other thing to watch out for, this is the wind gusts for this afternoon. You can see the windiest. You can see why the Twin Falls area over to nearly Boise is in that wind advisory. But just as you get into Shoshone and Burley, the gusts are only going to be getting to around 30 to maybe occasional 40 miles an hour, somewhere in there. And most sustained winds will be in the 20s. Here's the forecast for highs today. You can see it will be a struggle to get above 50 degrees with all the cold air surging in. A lot of those may occur early in the afternoon. And then overnight lows, the skies clear up at least a little bit, especially in our northwest corner. You can see temperatures starting to get back into the teens. Meanwhile, though, where the cloud cover stays, it's going to be real close to freezing. So there is a chance tonight of some light snow, especially on the benches around Pocatello, because that is the Pocatello airport temperature right there. Forecast to be 34. It would be a little bit lower up on the benches and could reach that freezing point and bring in some light snow, at least for a few hours tonight. All right, for Saturday, you can see the low is continuing to move out, but it's still hanging on, still trying to produce showers, especially in the eastern highlands and even back into Lemhi and Custer counties. So let's see how that evolves. Here's 6 a.m. to noon. Again, it's really just light snow. Almost none of this gets above an inch. And then you can see the showers start in the afternoon here for most of the central Idaho mountains, and it does spread a little bit back westward to the highlands between Pocatello and Burley. And then in the evening, it starts to taper off, and it's pretty much done as of midnight. So highs on Saturday, you can see we're starting to recover. We're up about 3 to 6 degrees. And then because of the clear skies, that is going to allow temperatures to sink, and you can see we will get below freezing. However, by the time we get to those temperatures, the precipitation should be just about done as far as Saturday night's concerned. You can see getting to 10 to 15 degrees in the Stanley Basin. All right, and then just a little bit of showers for Sunday in that southeast corner. We'll show you where those are as high pressure begins to dominate. And so you can see just down in here, and again, most of this is a half inch or less. So really just almost just flurries. And that will occur, you can see here, between noon and 6 p.m. The rest of the day, both in the morning and then later during the evening, I'm not expecting any precipitation. So finally getting a break from all this snow and rain that we're getting. The temperatures will continue to warm with the sunnier skies. Now we're looking at middle to upper 50s for the Snake River Plain and eastern Magic Valley. And then overnight lows are a little bit warmer since we had a warm start in the afternoon. They won't cool down quite as much, but still some places getting to near freezing. That's all I have. If you have any further questions, you're always welcome to call us at this number 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or check out the weather yourself at weather.gov/Pocatello. Thanks for watching.